So welcome back to court one, and it's time now for the mixed doubles here. C.Adcock and Imogen Banker up against Toby and Grace Gow. An English-Scottish combination up against the Canadian pair. Morton Frost has now joined me, former world #1, of course, for 7 years, and this should be a pretty close matchup. You look at the world rankings, Adcock and Bankier 20th in the world, Imogen Gow 25th. Well, they have met once before, and that was when Adcock and Bankier won in straight sets before going on to win last year's Irish Open in Denmark, preparing for the championships, and then did some warm-up matches against the Singapore team in the build-up to this week. Won 3 titles at the end of last year. You can see this year not had much success. In fact, Imogen Bankier, who's from Glasgow, said recently on her Twitter site that if you learn a lot from losing, she's learned an awful lot recently.
That's a good way of saying it. That's a good way. But I still think that the English pair, English-Scottish pair, is...
we call them British, shall we?
British, let's do so. They're standing a very good chance of winning. In my book, I think they're favourites. I like the way that they play, and I think they will put the Canadian pair under a lot of pressure.
Well, C.Adcock there on the right of your screen was in action yesterday in the men's doubles with Andy Edison won. So he's already got that winning feeling here at Wembley, and of course there will be plenty of support from the crowd for this British pair. And of course they're facing the Canadians and Grace Gow, who's also playing in the women's doubles. She was also in action yesterday, but she lost last night in her first round with Jocelyn Coate. Playing with Toby Ung, who's the older of the Ung brothers. Derek also part of the Singapore team. And as you see, pretty even win-loss ratio. But I think more important for them is the fact that in their last event, the Canadian Open, of course, on their homeland, they reached the semi-finals, which I think has been a real boost for them and should give them a lot of confidence coming into this match.
Absolutely. Anything you can put in on what I call the self-confident account is perfect. So yes, they will come with some confidence, but as I say, I think they will be overmatched in this one. But normally, you know, when you predict things like this, you put your foot in. But let's see how it goes.
Andrea Cipriani of Italy is the umpire, and the service judge from Switzerland is Ivo Cassel. The winners meet the #8 seeds of Songpon and Kunchala from Thailand. And yeah, you'd have to make the British pair slight favourites here. Their strengths, attack and speed. Imogen, a very creative player. Obviously, in mixed doubles, it's normally the lady who goes to the front of the court, the man at the back.
Yeah. Adcock is a very agile player. He's quick. He's moving well on the court. He's got good shots. Possibly not having got the extreme hard smash and the big winner, but he's a very good all-round player.
As a junior, he was one of the best, wasn't he?
He was I think the best in Europe, obviously, but he was really good as a junior and has been pushed by the English Badminton Association quite a lot over the last few years. But I still feel that he is still lacking that sort of big win. It might come in this tournament, you never know, but I think he's a very good all-rounder and he's a very good fighter. I like the way he approaches things on court.
22-year-old from Nottingham. As I say, he was on fairly late last night, but I'm sure he slept well.
As long as he's winning.
C.Adcock, England.
Well, they will have the lion's share of the crowd support.
And Norman Land, Grace Gow, Toby Ng, Canada. Imogen I.Bankier serve to Grace Gow. Bubble, play. Service server, 1 love. Seven, 1 all.
Well, it was a pretty good day for the English in the badminton yesterday. Obviously, we have a Scottish lady with C.Adcock here, but I think as it being in London, few did rise to the occasion. Obviously, there were 1 or 2 disappointing defeats, but I think overall they'll be fairly satisfied with things.
I think they were happy with the first day, yes.
3-1.
And sometimes it's dropping off in the sense for the whole team. If the team is having kind of a good tournament, it's dropping off, and then you tend to win a lot of these crucial tight matches as well.
Because the #1 male singles player is coming on later, Rajiv Usuf, and then later on tonight, Robertson and Warwick, the mixed doubles pair, are also on. So this could set the tone, if you like.
I hope so, yes. It would be very good for British and English and obviously European badminton as well.
Let me say it from the perspective, not you know, obviously I'm not trying to fly the flag, but it's always good, isn't it, when the hosts,
yes, they always have to do well.
A few rounds, yeah.
That's obviously keeping the crowd's interest. But I must say, I've been playing here for years and years and years, and I must say that the British crowd is absolutely fantastic. They really support, and I think they're here to watch some good badminton as well. Even though maybe the English are not playing themselves, they get behind the Europeans and all that.
European, the underdogs. I mean, you would have thought Kevin Corden was from London, not Guatemala, yesterday.
Absolutely, they're a fantastic crowd. I think they're really good.
6-3.
Well, it's been a very decent start, hasn't it, from Bankier and Adcock here.
Service over, 4-6.
Commentator's curse there, though.
Yeah, she was a bit tempted, Imogen, on that one, and she should just had her fingers away from that. That's where I think they should play the softer shots, making sure that they get the control, and it's very difficult to create anything if it's a downward shot. So just play soft and wait for the chances for the lifts and so on. Soft again there.
What's interesting is that Imogen have been winning quite a few matches, but you know, Canada Open apart, they've been playing events like the Maldives International, the Peru International, which they've won. They've won some other events in Canada, whereas Adcock and Bankier have been playing some of the bigger Super Series events and having some really tough draws. So it's hard to read into those results, apart from they give you maybe some confidence.
Exactly, and I think it's a little bit unfair, you know, to judge the British pair on their performance in the Super Series against what the Canadian pair has done in, sorry to say, lesser tournaments, not so strong tournaments. So I think the Canadian pair have picked their tournaments more carefully, where the British pair is looking to say, okay, we don't care, we want to play with the best, we want to be up there, we want to try to make it in the world. So, and that's why I think that there is a difference in these two pairs.
Yeah, they're used to playing at a higher level and a higher intensity.
Yeah.
And it was important they did take the step up. You know, when you win, I mean, at the end of last year, I think they won almost 3 events in a row. You know, in Ireland and in places like that, Scotland and in Italy. It was important. You know, you can't just keep winning those events. You have to try and make a.
Then you have to make the step up.
Yeah. So the British pair 11-6 to the good at the start. You can see Grace Gow very frustrated with some of the mistakes she's been making. They look pretty chirpy though.
Just mentioned that good angle was 75%. It's more about being ready for the next week. Yeah, cool. Okay. Be big on the front.
At 120 seconds. At 120 seconds.
We've got a mix, of course, of first and second round matches on court today. This is a first round match.
11-6. Play.
Oh, that's nice. It's very difficult to get that one with the forehand across the court. That's what Imogen did there. That's really well. Good shot, good coming in there and then cross court there. That's really well played. Very well played.
Yeah, they're moving very well, aren't they?
See, the block again, the block again.
13-6.
Very much in tandem, as if one knows what the other one's going to be doing next.
Exactly. You see Imogen is straight away moving in at the net there, covering the net. So they know exactly. That's it.
Brilliant.
Well played.
14-6. Service server. 7-14.
Oh, that was quite lucky for the British pair. Some miss by the Canadian
And they can't
male
afford
player.
them really at this stage of the game.
No,
Toby Young missing the smash.
he was moving well in at the net there. Saw it well, read it well. Oh, that's another miss.
Service server. 8-15.
Well, they've been fairly faultless at the start of this match, but a couple of errors just creeping in.
Creeping in now.
Well, they've got to try and keep this run going as long as they can here, the Canadians.
Yeah, they're on a good run.
Well, as I say, they have won 5 events in 2011. Albeit they might be regarded as some of the lesser events.
Service over. 16-10. This.
This is it's well worked by Adcock here. But again, I think it emphasizes a little bit on the point I had before, that he hasn't got the biggest smash. He really's got to work pretty hard to get it down.
Well, there's the speed 240, you look at the men's doubles and Fu Haifeng has managed 332.
Yeah.
It gives you an idea, we're nearly 100,
Exactly.
nearly 100 away.
18-10. Service server. 11-18. Service server. 19-18.
Well left by Imogen BWF.
Yep. Gao has played some mistakes here in the first set, so
Game points, and lots of them.
out, well left.
Well, very comfortable first game for the British pair.
C.Adcock, 21-11.
Yeah, C.Adcock and Imogen BWF taking it 21-11. I mean, it's just a couple of errors in the middle of that game. That apart, I thought they played very well.
They did. They did. I still think, you know, it's always difficult to say what is the strength and the weakness, but I think if the Canadian pair is going to make an impact on this game and match, they have to start challenging Imogen at the net. That's where they have to do. And you can see we have too many unforced errors in the first hit here. It's 12 against 5, and obviously you can't afford that if you want to win. So they have to cut that down, and I think they have to challenge Imogen at the net, because she is making some mistakes if she's challenged.
Yeah, but as you said, I think the main problem has been with themselves, the Canadians, albeit, you know, they're having to face some decent shots coming at them that's forcing them into those errors, but they need to cut out a few mistakes that really were of their own doing.
Slow ball break. You've got to make sure you hit and follow. Hit and follow. Okay, let's go, guys.
Grace.
So halfway there, Imogen and BWF.
Second game. Level. Play.
Is there any chance of a Canadian revival?
Then they've got to start from the beginning here. Got to make an impact in the next 5 minutes.
One lap.
Well, not too much of an impact at the start, as there been so far.
2-0 down. It's funny how these matches can develop. I think, you know, winning the first set 21-11 can be either boosting the confidence and they, you know, win seconds really big, or it can be like, you know, a pillow. They fall asleep and everything is perfect and they will be okay, and then suddenly they lose the second set and have to fight for the third again. So it works really two ways, and it's interesting to see which way this one is going. See, that's what I mean. That was a very nice challenge there. Well done by Gao, really well played.
We saw a little bit of the strengths of Adcock here.
Yeah.
Speed and quickness
Good at
of
the
mind.
net. Yeah, good at the net as well. Yeah, that was well read by Imogen. I don't know if we get it in slow motion, but I would say it's a big chance she's taking as well. You know, it looks like she's covering it, but I'm telling you, it's not easy to hit that one. So she could have made a mistake.
But she didn't have to play it in the end.
But she didn't have to play it, no.
And that's 2 in a row in the net now from Toby.
But it looks impressive. That's nice.
Service server, 3-6. Server, 7-3. Service server, 4-7.
That's a mistake you shouldn't expect from Adcock here. He's in perfect balance, everything. He's got the timing, and he sort of just clipped the tape, and that's not good enough, not for his standard.
6-7.
So it's a good recovery by the Canadian pair, catching up, 7-all.
Terrific perseverance.
Yeah.
Got to keep concentrated.
Well played here, very nice angle. Very nice angle. A lot of players would go down the middle, and chances is that it's getting back, coming back, but here she's really going for a good angle shot. Takes a bit of courage.
Just wide.
It was quite a good defense by Toby there.
9-7.
That one he's playing here is really not easy, and it's very close to coming in.
It was a straight sets win for them at last year's Irish Open against Gowan for Adcock and I.Bankier, and it's heading that way again, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think credit to the Canadian pair. I think they're working hard, and you know, they still have a chance of this second set, that's for sure.
Sure.
Service server, 8-10.
The idea is the right idea. Very unlucky not to win that one. It was so tempting to go down the line there, and still he played the drop shot and just missed it.
So fairly narrow interval lead, but obviously with that one game already in the bank.
Yeah, the British pair standing with good chances, no doubt about it. But I still think it's an open affair. Anything can happen.
Yeah, you say that. I feel that they're just a little bit cut above, personally.
They are, and that's what I started off saying, that I believe that the British pair will win and they should be better and all that. But I think the Canadian pair is giving them a good fight at the moment.
Yeah, they've raised the game a little bit more in the second game.
They have. In my view, they are just a little bit too defensive, the Canadian pair. I think they should try to see if they can get even more attacks in and try to score some points.
We saw the Canadian manager, the Jeff White, just trying to gee him up, trying to be as positive as he can.
11-9.
And I suppose, as you say, there was some encouragement there for him to be positive about.
See, they're quite happy to stand back, the Canadian pair. They should be looking for more counter-attacking opportunities. I understand why she's not happy with that one. That was a big mistake.
That previous smash from C.Adcock, he's fastest of the match. Well, since the break, they have pushed on, haven't they? Yeah. 5 points in a row now.
Service up. 10-15.
Better.
That's what I mean. If the Canadian pair wants to win this match, or this set at least, they have to get into more attacking positions and really try to go for it. They can't sit back and expect the opponents to give it to them.
Service server, 16-11.
Some would say that England and Scotland aren't always the best of neighbours. There's always a nice little bit of rivalry between them, but it's a pair here. There's certainly a good combination, isn't there, between Bankier and Adcock?
Yeah, it has happened before in badminton that you know, they have partnerships across borders, and you know, this is a very nice one.
Victory line getting closer. Brilliant. Terrific creativity from Bankier here. And that brings up the match points.
Saved by the frame in the first place.
Service
That was a frame shot by Gao. She was lucky to get it over.
out. Game.
Well, it was out the serve, which means Imogen Bankier and C.Adcock have come through without any real dramas here. It's been a comprehensive victory. 21-11, 21-14.
Match won by C.Adcock, Imogen Bankier, 21-11, 21-14.
The tie pair of Songpon and Kuchala next for them, Morton, and they'll feel they've got a real opportunity to progress even further in this mixed doubles.
Yeah, you can say that. I think they have a good chance. It's obviously it's a World Championships. It's an important tournament and lots of ranking points at stake. So it means a lot if they could get into a third round.
Well, it's been a crowd pleaser. A British pair through to round 2 in the mixed doubles.